You have 1 week to write your literature review. Let's make it count. Because I know what's happening right now. You probably have like 15 tabs opened. You've got a pile of journal articles you have not read yet. You've got a pile of books. You've got software referencing managers that you are trying to juggle. And every time you sit down to write something, you don't even know where to start. In this video, I'm going to give you a day-by-day plan to write your literature review in 7 days. Yes, just 1 week. Not a perfect literature review, just a done literature review. And if you are a postgrad student at honors, masters, or PhD level, this is exactly what you need right now. My name is Lerato Kanomsa of All Things Academia, where we explore and explain all things in the academic world. If you are a student, a tutor, a lecturer, a researcher, or in any way part of academia, then you are in the right place. I upload academic tips and hacks every week. So make sure you click that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so that you get notified every time I upload helpful academic content such as this one. Before we get into the plan, I just want to set something straight. Most advice about writing a literature review assumes that you've got unlimited time, unlimited focus, and a supervisor that gives you clear feedback every time. If that's you, great, then this video is not for you. This plan is for the real version of postgrad life, where you have other modules, where you have a job or kids or even both, where your anxiety is making everything feel twice as hard. I am a PhD candidate and I lecture, and I have coached 100 postgrad students, helping them to write their literature review. And this 7-day writing literature review plan is what I give to my students when time is tight. And one more thing before we get started, grab my free literature review log. This is the tool that I'm going to reference throughout this video, and it's the tool that's going to help you track everything as you go. I will leave the link in the description and pin one in the comments. Before day 1, I'm going to give you a mindset reframe that is going to change how you approach this entire week. So here is this reframe. A literature review is not a summary. Yes, I need you to actually get that and let it sink. It is not a list of what researchers have said. It is not a book report. A literature review is an argument. You are building a case using other people's research to explain or show why your study needs to exist. So as we go through the 7-day plan, I don't want you to be asking, what is this author saying, or what has this author said? Instead, I want you to be asking, what is missing from all this research and how my study fills that gap. That question is your compass for this whole week. All right, let's get started with this day-by-day plan. Day 1, gather all the resources. That's it. One job. You are not writing, you are not reading, you are just finding the sources that you're going to use for your literature review. All you need to do is open Google Scholar, just store the database that your university uses, a BISCO host, whatever that you have access to. In those databases, you're going to search your topic. So what you're going to do is you're going to break your topic or the area of your interest into search terms or keywords that you're going to use to search for these sources. Here, you are aiming to find 20 to 30 sources. That feels like a lot, I know, but here is the secret. You are not going to read all of them fully. All you are looking for right now is relevance and not necessary depth. And as you are finding these sources, log them immediately into your literature review log. Title, author, year, the database you find it in, and at least one sentence that states why you think this article is relevant to the topic or to your research. Do not skip this login step, because skipping this step is what causes people to be spending 3 hours later looking for a paper that they've already found. Day 2, you're going to read strategically. And I mean strategically, not cover to cover. So in this step, you're going to read each paper. The first thing that you're going to read is the abstract, and this is going to tell you whether that paper is relevant or not. So here you are basically asking, does this speak to my research or my topic? And if the answer is no, then move on. No hard feelings, no strings attached, no commitment to anything. You are not married to these researchers. If this does not speak to your research, move along. don't waste time. If after screening the abstract you find that this paper might be relevant and it does somehow speak to your research or your topic, then you move immediately to the conclusion. In the conclusion, you just want to find out what did they find from doing the research and what still needs to be researched after they've done the research. Then after, you move to the methodology of that research. So in the methodology section, you're just trying to find out what methodology was used to execute this research. And finally, look at the limitation section. This section is gold. If it's not a standalone section that says limitation, then it should be somewhere in the conclusion. Do not skip this part. This is the section where researchers literally tell you what they could not do or what they could not cover, what their work leaves open. And that open space, that's the research gap. If you use the strategy, then you should be able to process 8 to 10 papers within a focused 2 hour. During that 2 hour session, you just need to be taking notes directly into your literature review log. Do 2 more hours, that's around 20 papers. Another 2 more hours, that's 30 papers. And that's all you need to do for day 2. In day 3, what you're going to do is take all the sources and what you've found and organize them by theme. This is the step that most students skip, and this is why their literature review reads like a summary instead of an argument. So pause and look at all the sources or all the research that you have read and try to see what are the patterns, what topic, what debates, what concepts keep coming up across these multiple papers. Group your sources by those themes, not by author, not chronologically, but themes. For example, if you are researching about youth unemployment, your themes might be causes of youth unemployment, existing interventions, and why those interventions fail. See, just like that, you have 3 sections of your literature review mapped out. So what you're going to do, you're going to aim for 3 to 5 themes. If your themes are more than 5, then you are casting too broadly. And if your themes are less than 3, then you need to find more sources and more literature. Then day number 4, you're going to write. Not perfectly, just write. This is the day where most people get stuck because they're trying to write and edit at the same time. Stop. Your job today is to get words on paper. Messy, imperfect words that follow your themes that you have developed in day 3. That's all you need to do day 4. Start with your introduction. 2 or 3 paragraphs telling the reader what your literature review covers, why these things matter, and what gap have you identified. And then move on to your first theme section. For each theme section, follow this pattern. Firstly, introduce the theme, summarize what the research says about the theme, highlight where researchers agree, flag where they disagree or contradict each other, and end by returning back that argument to your research problem. Don't worry about citations and referencing today. Just put the author and the year in brackets as a placeholder and keep writing. You will fix the referencing and all that stuff in day 6. Day 5, you need to finish writing your draft and then write your conclusion. All you are doing in day 5 is completing the remaining theme sections and then focusing on your conclusion. Your conclusion is where you pull everything together. So your literature review conclusion should do 3 things. Summarize the main theme and what the research shows. Clearly name the research gap that your study is trying to address. And explain how your study is going to contribute to filling that gap. By the end of day 5, you should have a complete, not perfect, but a complete first draft of your literature review. And that's a win. Give yourself credit for that. In day 6, you're going to edit and reference. These are 2 tasks, so don't do them at the same time. First pass, you are going to read your draft out aloud. I know it sounds extra and dramatic, but trust me. This is the only way you can hear the awkwardness in sentences, gaps in logic, and sections that don't flow well together. These are all the things that you will not catch if you are reading it silently. The second pass, you go through it again, but this time you are focusing on citation, fixing all your references. So you replace the author year bracket with the correct author's last name and their year of publication with the right punctuation. If you do not know how to cite or you've got referencing issues, then check out my video about referencing and citations. I will link it in the description down below and pin it here somewhere so that you can access it with ease. Now, day 7 is basically your final check before submission. So before you submit, run it through this quick checklist. 1, does your introduction clearly state what your literature review covers and why? 2, does each section connect back to your research problem? 3, have you identified a clear research gap? 4, does your conclusion pull everything together and name your contribution? 5, are all your citation included in more details in your reference list? Because whatever you have cited needs to show up in your reference list. If you can answer yes to all 5 of those questions, then you are ready to submit. And in postgrad studies, ready to submit is better than perfection that's just sitting there in your laptop. Now, the 7-day plan works better when you are tracking everything as you go. And this is exactly what my free literature review log helps you with. This is a simple tool that helps you log your sources, your notes, your themes, your gap in the themes, all in one place. So grab the literature review log. I have left the link in the description down below, and I will pin one in the comment section as well. It takes less than 30 seconds to download. All you need to do is fill in your name and your email address, and it will be sent into your inbox. If you enjoyed this video or you have found it helpful, please do smash the like button so that YouTube can push it out to more scholars like yourself. And please be sure to subscribe to this channel because I do drop helpful content such as this every week. Now click the video that is appearing on your screen right now, because that is the video that's going to help you see how the literature review fits in your research proposal and help you write other components of a research proposal alongside your literature review. So what are you waiting for? Click that video and I will see you there in a few seconds as I project to you love and grace in a way of 2 Corinthians 13 verse 14.